In a quiet neighborhood on a cool evening, a routine traffic stop quickly spiraled into a powerful moment of accountability and change. Marcus Cole, a respected professional known for his steady resolve, was pulled over by Officer Miller, an encounter that began with an unjustified request for his documents. What unfolded was a tense standoff that exposed not only a deeply flawed exercise of authority, but also the courage of one man standing up for his dignity. Marcus, fully aware of the silent expectations imposed by society, maintained his calm as every detail of the interaction was recorded. His measured responses and unwavering composure slowly shifted the balance of power. As Officer Miller's demeanor grew increasingly aggressive, it became clear that this was more than a simple traffic stop. It was a moment that would challenge the very norms of authority and justice. With every passing second, the stakes grew higher. The tension in the air was palpable, yet Marcus's focus remained unbroken, even as he faced the threat of a drawn weapon. This encounter, recorded in its entirety, not only documented an abuse of power but also ignited a wave of accountability that could no longer be ignored. It was a testament to the importance of standing up for what is right, a message that resonates deeply in every community. Welcome to Acts of Kindness Stories, where today we bring you a narrative that redefines bravery and highlights the urgent need for systemic change. This is a story about resilience, the power of witnessing, and the promise of a future where every individual is treated with the respect they deserve. Stay with us as we delve into the events of that night, a night that marked the beginning of a new chapter in the fight for justice and equality. Marcus Cole had driven these roads countless times, a familiar route through a well-to-do neighborhood where stately homes and manicured lawns spoke of years of tradition and quiet routine. That evening, as his luxury sedan cruised under the steady glow of streetlights, nothing in his experience could have prepared him for the rapid escalation that was about to unfold. Without warning, the reflective dance of red and blue lights appeared in his rearview mirror. Marcus felt a familiar tension settle in his chest. His heart remained measured even as he pulled over to the side of the road. Every instinct told him that this was not a random stop. It was a moment loaded with unspoken history and expectation. The officer's cruiser idled behind him, a silent harbinger of the confrontation that was about to test the boundaries of authority and respect. Officer Miller approached the vehicle with a calculated, measured pace. His eyes fixed on Marcus as if scanning every detail, the crease of his suit jacket, the subtle gleam of his watch, and even the way he navigated the vehicle with an air of quiet determination. The conversation began with the routine request for Marcus's license and registration. Yet, even in this seemingly ordinary request, a tension lurked beneath the surface, a tension born of assumptions and past encounters that had not always ended well. Marcus's movements were deliberate and composed. He maintained his hands visibly on the steering wheel, every gesture measured to communicate calm compliance. Yet beneath that exterior, he carried the weight of a lifetime of experiences, a history of being judged not for his actions but for the color of his skin. As he slowly reached for the documents, the situation began to crack open. The officer's gaze, initially indifferent, started to harden as he scrutinized every detail. A comment about Marcus's driving pattern, something so minor and yet so loaded with insinuation, set the stage for the escalating confrontation. The air grew thicker. What had started as a standard traffic stop rapidly morphed into a charged encounter. Officer Miller's questions grew sharper, his tone laced with a condescension that spoke of a belief in his own authority over Marcus. Every word, every pause became a test of resilience against a system that had too often treated people like Marcus with suspicion and undue force. In those moments, Marcus's calm was not born of indifference but of a long-honed survival instinct. He knew that his measured responses could mean the difference between de-escalation and disaster. When the officer's hand moved closer to his holster, a momentary flash of danger rippled through the scene. Marcus's eyes never left Miller's, his internal resolve steeling against the rising threat. At that moment, the stakes were unmistakably clear. This was not simply about a traffic stop. It was about asserting one's right to dignity and respect in the face of unchecked power. Marcus had documented every moment on his phone, a silent guardian of truth, knowing that his calm compliance could not erase the gravity of what was unfolding. As the standoff continued, the tense silence was broken by a commanding voice from a second cruiser. Sergeant Briggs, a figure whose presence brought an immediate shift in the balance of power, stepped into the scene with an authority that brooked no argument. His arrival was not merely procedural. It was an intervention, a reminder that even within a system strained by old habits, there were those who still believed in accountability and the rule of law. Briggs's firm instruction for Miller to lower his hand and return the documents was a turning point. The intervention affirmed that no one was above the law and that every action, especially those that could jeopardize a life, would be scrutinized. Marcus's composure never wavered, even as the situation reached its climax. His calm under pressure was a testament to years of learning how to navigate a world that often seemed predisposed to mistrust him. With Sergeant Briggs ensuring that the proper protocols were followed, Marcus slowly regained a measure of control over the unfolding narrative. In that charged moment, the recorded encounter became more than evidence. It transformed into a symbol of resilience and the possibility of change. Throughout the tense exchange, every word spoken and every gesture made carried the weight of history and the promise of a better future. Marcus's measured responses, the calculated hesitation of Officer Miller, and Sergeant Briggs's decisive intervention all intertwined into a powerful narrative about the need for accountability within systems of power. It was a reminder that even in the most challenging moments, a single act of quiet defiance could inspire a movement toward justice and equality. This incident, captured in its entirety, transcended the personal. It struck at the heart of a larger societal issue, a pattern of behavior that, for too long, had been accepted without question. Marcus's courage was not just in his ability to withstand an unjust confrontation, but in his commitment to ensuring that every instance of abuse of power would be met with a call for accountability. His experience was a beacon, urging others to stand firm, to record, and to speak out against injustices that erode the trust between a community and those sworn to protect it. As the encounter drew to a close, the palpable shift in authority left an indelible mark on all who witnessed it. Marcus's steady presence had forced a moment of reckoning, a moment when an officer's unchecked behavior was met with immediate consequences. Sergeant Briggs's decisive actions underscored the potential for reform within a system often criticized for its failures. And as Marcus resumed his drive home, every detail of that night, the standoff, the quiet defiance, and the swift restoration of order, served as an enduring lesson in the importance of standing up for one's rights. This narrative is not just a recounting of one evening's events. It is a call to action. It reminds us that every encounter, no matter how small, is an opportunity to challenge the status quo and to demand better from those in positions of power. The strength and resilience displayed that night speak to a broader truth, that when individuals come together to uphold justice, change is not only possible but inevitable. Here at Acts of Kindness Stories, we share these moments not to dwell on past wrongs, but to illuminate the path forward. Marcus's experience is a stark illustration of the courage required to confront systemic injustice and the transformative power of standing up for what is right. This is a story of accountability, of how a single incident can reverberate through a community, inspiring others to demand the respect and fairness that every human being deserves. In the aftermath of that fateful night, the echoes of accountability and courage continue to resonate. Marcus's experience reminds us that every moment of injustice offers an opportunity for change, a chance to reshape our communities with integrity, fairness, and respect. His unwavering determination in the face of unwarranted aggression transformed an ordinary traffic stop into a powerful call for systemic reform. It is a reminder that our voices and actions, no matter how small, can spark a movement toward a more just society. Today, as we reflect on that transformative encounter, we are invited to consider our own roles in upholding dignity and justice. This story is more than a single incident. It is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the possibility of transformation when accountability prevails over abuse of power. The intervention of Sergeant Briggs and the calm resolve of Marcus serve as beacons of hope and a blueprint for a future where respect and equity are the norm. If this narrative has inspired you, sparked a thought, or stirred your desire for change, we encourage you to take action. Like this video, share it with your friends and family, and leave your comments below about how you believe every one of us can contribute to a fairer society. And don't forget to subscribe to Acts of Kindness Stories. We're on a mission to reach 10,000 subscribers, so together, let's amplify these voices of courage and change. Your support not only fuels our journey but also helps spread the message that one act of kindness and accountability can transform countless lives.